everybody? My name is Pup Team from the Geeky Pup Show here on the Geeky Pup Show today. For what? Another issue of Moon Knight. Yes, the man is trending right now, so we decided to go ahead and continue into these classic books and continue with issue 2 of his original run. But I am not alone. I have a few people here to read with me, and of course, let's start with our narrator and every woman in the world, Miranya.
Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you watch this.
Yes. And of course, we cannot have the book without the man who reads Moon Knight himself. Or should I say man or amphibian? Haha, because he is Froggy.
Hi, how's it going there?
Going good. Are you ready for a fantastic issue, Froggy?
I only have 2 questions for you. Are you ready? Let's get ready to suck it.
Well, my answer is oui, Mark, oui. Now, of course,
I'm out of culture.
For the reading, I do have to turn off my camera because I know, but it has to be that way. And with the clear of my throat, I pass it on to you, Miranya.
Issue 2 of Marvel Comics Group Moon Knight. How many more must die? Lovely cover art, by the way. Blood. There is blood. Blood in the heart and veins, and flesh hot blood, pumping red, giving life. Blood. There is blood. Blood in the city and streets and alleys. Cold blood. Draining crimson. Leaving death. One man calls it murder. Another a harvest of remembrance. Okay, story is by Doug Moench. Penciler is Bill Sienkiewicz. And I'll let you all read the rest, except its editor-in-chief is Jim Shooter. Yes! Quality.
That's right. In the slasher.
The Bowery at night drips with shadows and an almost palpable mist of despair. Filth, misery, hopelessness, and fear. Trash in gutters. Whimpering dogs. Oh. And winos sprawled in doorways. Into this hell slinks a man of erratic gait and strange eyes. A man with a quest. Listen closely and you can hear him muttering against the doleful city. Sounds of darkness and doom. Not here. Can't find it here. Never find it. Got to find it. But they won't let you find it because it's always out of reach out there.
Always hiding. But it's here somewhere because it ain't anywhere else. Already looked. Maybe him. Maybe that one on the stairs. Maybe he'll know.
The dogs stop whimpering and begin to snarl. They know something.
Hey, friend. Got a light?
Yeah, but no drink.
Not thirsty. Where you from, friend? What'd you do before it fell apart? Got a wife? Kids?
No wife. No kids. No nothing. You know what I mean?
Tell me, are you the one?
Say what?
Do you have it? Were you in Trenton, New Jersey 20 years ago? Answer me! Were you?
No, I've never been to Trenton. Why?
Then you're not the one. You're just like all the others.
Oh, no!
Another liar. Another harvest of lives reaped by the blade of truth.
This is whack.
Stinking lousy liar. Even their blood's dirty. Thanks for the light, friend. Find it. I'll find it. Somewhere, somehow, some way.
The dogs are gone. Several blocks away, a night of jet and silver casts long shadows of the moon.
Been scanning the streets for hours and still no sign of the new murderer in town. The maniac the newspaper called the Skid Row Slasher. Not to be confused with Sebastian Bach. But what's this? A midnight oiler? Locking up his shop and...
All right, freeze.
Drop the stare at you and kick it this way before we slam your head off. Duh.
It's him. It's the Moon Knight.
Mein Gott!
Maybe this night ain't a total waste after all, seeing how you were kind enough to let me try out my new, improved truncheon. I took the old truncheon, you see, and fitted it with a new hollow metal sheath. Very nifty. I'm proud of it.
Don't know what a truncheon even is.
Well, guess what? Both pieces were then attached by a sort of length of chain. And now the old truncheon doubles as something called a nunchaku. The Orientals swear by them. I can see why.
You can't say that anymore. Oh!
Now then, what's in the bag, pal?
Just receipts for taxes. My business is being audited and...
In the future, carry your receipts in a manila envelope, a bag that smells like money to scum like them, in the meantime, see if the IRS will, I'll let you deduct the 5 years just stared off your life. Now do me a favor and call the cops. They ought to know my calling card by now, but just in case, tell them it was Moon Knight.
Moon Knight?
Yes, that's what I said. Now let's call it a night, Frenchie. Come on, come and get me.
Frenchie? But I'm Jewish.
I'm talking to a friend through my call microphone. He's up in the sky.
Sky?
Yeah, like above.
So some kind of what? A helicopter? It's so quiet, I did not even hear it approach.
That's your idea, pal. Now be a good citizen and call the cops, huh?
Certainly, but perhaps, do you think it's likely they will not believe me?
Take me back to the Lockleys cab, Frenchie. I left it over on 32nd Street. It's almost dawn. I want to change the Lonky and get some breakfast before heading home.
Oui, Mark. And also to pick up more info on the slasher, maybe? No luck tonight, I take it.
You take it right, Frenchie, but at least I don't think he was able to strike again.
32nd Street. He drops from rope ladder to cab.
Now we press the button. And that new secret compartment springs open. Not as spacious as Stephen Grant's wardrobe. But sure beats changing out of the trunk, Now still got time to pick up a paper and beat the rush of our traffic to Gina's.
Hardly noticed in the city, gone nevertheless breaks.
4 eggs over easy, Gina. Strip steak and a juice and a coffee.
Must have been a rough night, Lockley.
Average, Gina. Just average, How's the kids?
Still black, but not so proud anymore. Whatever happened to the 60s?
But to sleep by the 70s and the 80s side is economy on the Persian Gulf, all seems quiet on the eastern and western fronts. Not much trouble, if any. Oh no,
The Skid Row slasher strikes again.
another one. Only a few blocks from the diamond incident. I was right there and I blew it. Let another one fall.
What's wrong, Likely? Looks like you just seen a ghost.
Gina! Jake!
You too, Crawley? Can't be my food. Neither one of you has even tasted it yet. What is it, Crawley? You look like you just lost your best friend.
I did, Gina. The slasher again, just a few hours ago. He took Reno Eddie, best friend I had on the streets. I may inveigle you people into believing I'm a dignified gentleman. But truth to tell, Gina, Jake, most of my friends are men of modest means. Very, very modest.
I'm sorry, Crawley. Didn't mean to. Let me get you a cup of tea, fresh bag, on the house.
I'll be all right now. It's just the shack.
That's you.
Sure, Carly. But tell me something. Tell the truth. Have you got a regular place to stay indoors? Don't want to on the street while the lunatics are still loose.
Yeah, I got a place, Jake. A good place. Well, maybe it's not the Ritz, but it's a domicile with 4 walls and a ceiling.
All right, Carly. But just get there before dark and stay there. Any trouble, leave a message with Gina.
Sure, Jake, and thanks.
Maybe take a shower, too.
Hey, Lockley, what about the eggs?
Give it a Crowley. So I ain't hungry anymore.
Hitting the streets with a sour belly, he used the cab radio to reach Frenchie.
We won't need the chopper anymore, Frenchie. You can take her home to the mansion. It's time to change again to Stephen Grant.
Oui, Mark. Meet you there.
The Grant Mansion.
Master Frenchie has already arrived, Master Grant. Shall I have Neda prepare breakfast for you?
Not hungry, Samuels. I just want to get out of Lockley's clothes and soak for an hour. Marlene still asleep?
Yes, sir. I believe so. Like a baby.
Yes.
And a big boo to the bathing beauty. Any luck, Stephen?
No, I missed him again, and I just slashed it on other derelict. He's got to be stopped, Marlene. Stop fast.
And you're appointed, Stephen?
Not me, Marlene. Moon Knight's appointed. It's a big difference in which why Moon Knight exists, you know. Me, Lockley, and even Mark Scepter are too normal capable of too much emotion, including fear.
Oh, in case you haven't noticed, sir, there isn't much difference between you and Moon Knight.
That was supposed to be swapped around.
I was supposed to know.
Oh, my bad. Apologies. Moon Knight is a pure primal force, stripped of emotion. A being who can get the job done without conflicting feelings.
That's bull, Stephen, and you know it, and it scares me.
Moon Knight scares you. What the hell are you doing?
Exercise.
You're stretching. Even so, even if there is a big difference, it's all in your mind. I wish you'd admit it before you get yourself killed.
Stop complaining about the stretcher.
Mm-hmm.
Can't afford to get killed, Marlene. Not after what I just saw. Even with my eyes closed, I still can't see it. The filthy stubble life-beaten face of a bum. And he smelled. bum who still tries to grab. They lost ounce of dignity while making him man. A man who just lost his best friend.
The day is too long, too bleak and gray, too shot with memory. Long walks to nowhere, endless subway rides from one line's end to the other. A police mug shot torn from the front page of an abandoned later edition. The face of a man who led a classic hard luck life and who was taken by an even worse death. He left no money behind, of course, none at all, let alone enough for a decent burial. Why? Why would anyone want to kill Reno Eddie, to kill any derelict? With no answers by evening, Crawley finally heads home.
Like Jake said, I better get indoors.
If the day was too long, the night will be too dark and even longer. But at the entrance to his shabby building,
The lock in your room's been changed, Crowley. All possessions attached until you come around the last 3 months' rent.
But then I've been later than this in the past. You can't just throw me out in the street.
I just did, Crowley. Come back with the money and you'll get a key to the new lock.
and so he's forced to walk again, this time in the dark.
Lousy ponies. Would have had the rent if that nag hadn't popped a tendon 6 lengths from the... What was that? Jeremiah? Is that you?
It's me, Crowley. Your about last night in Reno? Eddie?
I heard, Jeremiah. I heard. Eddie makes 5 now. 5 mutual acquaintances. Gone, Jeremiah. Gone. Yeah, I think it's you.
Yeah, get in there. Ain't many of the boys left. Yeah. Speaking of which, I better get back to my room, Crowley. It's getting dark, and I don't want to be sharing the streets with no maniac. Funny, all these years, real folk have been afraid to go out at night for fear of tripping over muggers on every corner, and we never had to worry. Who'd mug a bum? A bum's got nothing to nobody. And now there's a boogeyman out there cutting nothing but bums. Guess I had to catch up to us sometime. Crowley? Yes, sir. Can't press the your luck these nights. And you ought to get home, too, you hear?
I can't, Jeremiah. I don't want to admit it, but I've been, temporarily displaced. Do you think you have room for me at your crib? Just for this one night, Jeremiah?
Huh? Oh, well. I would, Crowley. You know I would. But the fact is, I already got 3 dudes staying with me. Can't hardly move in that old room. It's the same story everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure you're enjoying the 3 guys' company. Real nice, Jeremiah. But thanks anyway.
Hey, don't judge a guy. He knows what he likes, right?
I'm judging. Same old story everywhere. Oh, what now? No. Oh no. Help! It's a murder! Help! No, it's a dead end. Yeah, he's dead. You got a light, friend. What? Who is that? Behind me.
Bang!
Sure. Yeah, I got a light. Here it is. Thanks, friend. Where are you from?
The face is familiar somehow. Maybe it's not the slasher. Maybe it's just another guy from the streets.
What's your hurry, friend? Got a wife? Kids? Excuse me, but I got an urgent previous appointment. Don't want to be tardy, or... No, you ain't getting away. I've been looking too long. But you're not it. You're just a liar. Another lousy, stinking liar! No!
Yes, Stephen, yes.
I think not, Marlene. Keep that up, and we'll be in no condition to meet our dinner appointment.
Why can't you relax, forget your obsessions, and just be Stephen Grant for once? It's not dinner you're worried about. It's the publisher of the newspaper you wrangled the invitation from to pump him about his reporters' off-the-record findings on the slasher, no doubt.
Baby, I only want to pump you, nobody else.
Oh, no.
So you can read me like a book, lady. So what? It's not like I neglect you, and there are people dying out there on the Bowery.
Yes, but must you always be so obsessed with stopping evildoers in general, and this slasher in particular?
Yes, I must.
I'm almost sorry I ever laid eyes on our Egyptian friend over there. See last issue's origin story, Denny.
Why? Brought me back to life, didn't it?
Yes, it did, but it also gave birth to Moon Knight. At that moment, and so the hard-working lady says to the empty room, "Another night's work done, time to lock the door and douse the lights." But as soon as the lights are doused, we're closed. I said we're
Crash!
closed. Oh no! Stay away from me! Stay! What? The lights. Gotta turn the lights on. Carly, my God, I almost stabbed you.
The slasher, Gina, would have got me if someone hadn't come along to scare him away, but I...
Easy, Crowley. I'll call the police. Get an ambulance. Two hours later. How is he, Doctor?
Well, there's some nasty slashes on his forearms, but it could have been much worse. Would you know if he carries hospitalization?
I sincerely doubt it, Doctor. But don't worry, you'll get your blood money. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm sure you're a very busy man. And I'd like to see what kind of care we're buying. Soon.
I tell you, if his face was familiar, Gina, as if I'd seen him before, maybe even knew him somehow.
You mean you might have met the killer on the streets before this, Crowley? Lord, you're a lucky man. And I don't care how much you moan about the ponies. Now you just rest yourself. I'll speak to the police. He recognized the slasher's face. He can finger him.
Froggy?
Well, maybe we'll look some mug books down for him, and then look at come on, Ace. Got a long night ahead of us.
Wait just a minute, Ace. Is that all? Maybe you'll send some mug books?
Face it, honey. It ain't exactly our top priority. When a rich dude gets off, they call it the Marines boat. When it's just a bunch of bums.
That bum is a man, a human being just like you or me.
Hey, ease up, sister. What's the deal? You a friend or something?
You got it, Ace.
Oh, I see. They ain't had a nurse uniform. You're a waitress or something. But the facts still apply. Even Jack the Ripper got more heat than the slasher. And Saucy Jack only hit the unhookers. But bums, they're even lower. No one cares about the bums. If anyone did, they wouldn't be bums.
As much as you cops care, they're gonna stay bums forever.
Look, if you care so much, hire yourself a private detective. Us, we got more important things to do, like, attend, say that flying into the mouth. By the way, what you doing tonight, foxy lady?
Kicking in your ugly face you such much as come near me, Ace.
I like them faster. Got spunky. Suit yourself, woman.
Private detective, huh? Sure can't afford that. No way. But maybe. Late the next afternoon.
Right here. Okay, ma'am?
Yes, fine. Such a pleasure to meet a polite driver these days. I just don't know what's become of New York.
Is that him, Ray?
There's a description, Ricky, but it sure don't seem like something more than a hack. Seems plain as glass to me.
I read you, bro, but we better follow him just so that we can make sure.
Okay, bro.
Yes, bro.
Dusk at Grant Mansion.
Not much going on in the streets these days, but before changing to Grant, I better make notes on what little I picked up. Marlene will have a fit if Grant devotes any more time to Moon Knight's problem, and she...
Hey, man, are you... What the...
Ow.
Oof. Moved.
Hey, easy, man. We don't want your money. Just trying to help our mother find Jack Lockley.
Mother? You mean your Vegeta's kids?
The same. And you, bro, you're mean for a cabbie.
In fact, you are just a hack. You sure you are just a hack? Mama said she had a suspicion you're more than you seem to.
Stephen, what is it? Are you all right?
Quiet, Marlene.
Steven? Then you are more than you seem. And you didn't come out here to pick up no fare. You live here.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Stephen.
The charade was wearing a thin, on Gina anyway. Into the house, men. Time to invite your mama and your Crowley over for tea.
Well, he's not my Crowley. He's just the homeless guy she's taking care of.
He's a new guy.
And so...
By Shakespeare's mighty muse, Jake. We knew you were more than a cabbie, but we never suspected this.
Wow.
We thought you were just an undercover cop or something.
Yeah, now it's bigger on the inside. Crowley, your claim the slasher's face is familiar? That's my only lead. The only help I've gotten is I've got proposition, and I don't know why I've held it back so long.
What do you mean, Jake?
I could use some help out in the trenches. I guess you'd call them agents. Other than Lockley and Grant, this is who I am.
Stephen, I hope you know what you're...
Yo, the Moon Knight.
Holy Lockley, you're just full of surprises.
He's him?
No, I just use dry cleaning. Well, do you want the jobs?
I want no handouts, Lockley. Besides, I got
You're fired. Get out.
Hey, but shush. Shush, honky. Besides, I got the diner. But my boys, maybe they could help you strictly freelance after school. Cash only for services rendered and only if it ain't dangerous.
Oh, mama.
Good enough. How about you, Crowley?
Sure, Jake or Steve.
Always wanted to earn my way. I did it too a long time ago. Maybe it's time I started again.
Why don't you tell us about it, Crawley? Get it off your chest.
Yes, perhaps I should. Perhaps I've kept the cork in the bottle long enough.
There's flies, by the way.
Now it's time for my exposition dump. It started when I was respectable. Married, mortgage on the house, you know. One problem. I was a textbook salesman. On the road with my samples all the time, and it gets lonely if you don't chase women while you hit the bottle. Sales started sliding. The bank foreclosed, and we moved back to the city. Back to Jersey. Oh, God. The rent was cheaper, but the booze cost the same. My wife got pregnant, and we fought about the drinking. When the baby came, we fought about him. He cried all the damn time. I said he cried. He didn't cool. He's not a bird.
I said,
4 years later, there was nothing left of the man I once was. She left with the kid. But I don't blame her. She slammed the door on a stranger. Slam. I came to Manhattan, did a nosedive into the Bowery, and now 20 years later, well, like I said, maybe it's time I got back on the merry-go-round. Be nice to get a nice place, new clothes for a change, you know?
a silence of 6 heartbeats. Then,
Surely, Crawley. But to me, but to do me any good, you realize you'll have to keep those clothes.
Of course, Jake. I've got to continue playing the role of a derelict. Just like you play the part of a cabbie.
Actually, I just don't want to give you any clothes.
Oh, well, that's not nice.
All right. The Slash is our first case together. You're the only one alive who's gotten a good look at him, Crowley. With luck, working together, and before another man fills the street with his blood or his urine, we'll nail that slasher for good. We'll nail him really good.
Speaking of getting nailed.
that night. I'm sorry, Stephen. Until I heard Crawley's story, I didn't think of the killings as being personal. But now I just want to say, get him, Stephen. Get the slasher. A week later.
Still no dice, Jake. Nah, 3 more slams.
Then it's time for new tactics, Crawley. Dangerous ones. Tonight.
Then.
I bid thee a fond adieu, my good man. I don't know who this is.
That's your capture.
Is that Crawley? Get them.
No,
Keep
that's
sleeping,
Fletcher.
boy. Just keep sleeping. This will only take a sec.
Oh.
Easy, mister. I'm just trying to roll you for some copy coin. That's all I know. I ain't the slasher or nothing. Honest. I'm just...
Yeah! That came from the alley. Oh my God, Crawley. You scream like a girl.
But.
I surprised him, Jake, just as he was doing it. But the poor guy looks like a goner anyway. He went down the alley. Hey, Jake, nail him!
That's you.
Get the cops, Crawley. And an ambulance, too, because even if that poor slop doesn't need one. Before this chase is over, someone will.
Flash. He's saying all this while running away. No, I've got to find it. I'll kill you. I'll reap you.
Shut up.
It is the most emotionally obsessed punch he has ever thrown.
You're a witness, right?
Indubitably, sir. I witnessed him slash that unfortunate degenerate in this alley. Furthermore, he's the same miscreant who slashed me just last week.
Alright, yeah. Move along into that meat wagon.
Why? I didn't find it yet.
Move! And then you saw the Moon Knight character subdue him.
That's correct, officer.
Not good for you, the weirdo was around, I guess. Alright. See you in there. As a court witness in court. Good work, Crawley.
Huh? Jake, you've been there all along.
And I'll be in court too, Crawley. As Stephen Grant. See you then.
Crawley shuffles home, but the slowness of his steps has nothing to do with the fact that the streets are now free of slashing.
With the money I got from Jake, I got my rent paid in advance for a change. Nice room, no worries about food. We wrapped the case. Guess I should be celebrating, but I still can't shake that face. Where I've seen it before. Why it's so familiar.
The tears, too, come slowly. A month later,
That will be all from the arresting officer, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call Mr. Bertrand Crawley to the stand.
Me?
go on, Crawley, it'll be fine. For a while it is, until the prosecutor gets to the meat of the testimony.
And what did you see that night on the 12th?
Nothing. I didn't see anything. I was alone in my room, looking at old snapshots from the past in Trenton.
What? But did you or did you not tell the arresting officer that you saw the accused?
I did not. I deny everything.
But you can't.
I just did.
Stephen, what is he?
I don't know, Marlene. It's crazy.
Don't you see? I can't. Don't you understand? It's all my fault. I'm a derelict, all right. Derelict in my duties as a man, as a human being, as a father. I can't blame him. I can't blame my son. Son. Then it was you. I found it, and I let you slip away. The only one who ever escaped me.
Silence! Order in the court. Bailiffs restrain the accused. I'll make a ham sandwich and side eggs.
It took me years. Mother died because of you. You left her and she died. I tracked you. Learned you became a bum. Spent months trying to find you, but none of them were it.
Grab him! Hold him!
Look out! He took my gun! He's got my... Oh! Bram.
The other bailiffs fall back instinctively.
He's headed for my chamber! Stop him!
And Stephen Grant bolts from the gallery.
They'll escape out the back, or make for the roof.
Up there, you see him?
He's jumping to the next roof.
The roof it is. Boing. And with these buildings jammed so tight, he can run forever, unless I stop him.
Gina, I had to do it. I had to.
I know, Crawley. Come on, Boot Nine's after him.
No, I found it. Can't let it go now. Bram.
He's insane. Can't reason with him. Got to stop him.
The truncheon trips him up, ending the chase. And a crescent dart disarms him.
Wank.
You wanker. Preventing a fight.
No. He was in Trenton, New Jersey 20 years ago when he made my mother die. He took the love away. But I found it. I found it.
Stop. Hold it. Please, son. Don't back up anymore. Don't go back. I won't hurt you. Your father won't hurt you. He's changed. Stop. Please. Stop. No.
Without thinking, he tries to help. But the broken body says it's hopeless.
Jimmy! Jimmy boy! Oh my God, my son, my Jimmy. Jimmy, I didn't even know you. Well, Jake, I guess we did it. We solved that first case together. Nice and neat, too. Saving the state the expense of rehabilitating him.
I tried to stop him, Crawley. Believe me. But he wouldn't listen. He wouldn't.
I know that, Jake. You were right there on the roof. I could hear everything.
Quit calling me Jake, idiot. We're in public.
It wasn't your fault. It happened a long time ago. 20 years ago in Trenton. And it wasn't your fault. It was mine. All mine. And I let it get away. I let it slip away into the gutter.
End. Wow.
That is the end of a very
Wow.
sad issue of
Praise
Moon
be to the
Knight.
moon.
What?
Praise be to the moon for such a great episode.
Yes, yes. I would like to thank the Academy, but mostly I would like to thank thought the camera's coming on. The wonderful cast and crew that.
Thank you to St. Mary's Hospital for their letting us out from our cages so we could read this for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Sadly, though, we went too long. We missed Pudding.
What?
Try talking now.
Yeah, it also sets the tone for the book too.
Yep.
There was not going to be jokey like Spider-Man.
We thank you for watching. We're ending it right now.
Yes, with a quick reminder to like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
You are.